AT&T Uverse TV.
The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Southwest.
Today, your Rangers wrap up their 4-game homestand with ace Yu Darvish on the mound. The 7-game winner leads the American League in strikeouts and has provided Ron Washington with reliable innings every outing. It's Darvish versus the Royals' Irvin Santana right now on Fox Sports Southwest. It is a spectacular Sunday afternoon here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. A capacity crowd on hand to see if the Rangers can get back on the winning side of things as they host the Kansas City Royals. And welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Greaves, Steve Busby. Glad you could join us. And boy, what a delightful late spring day here in Arlington. And the Rangers hope that the Royals feel that way and just completely miss the ball game. But today, Yu Darvish will try to take it to Kansas City and continue his dominance of the American League.
You know, last year, Buzz, it was a learning experience for Yu Darvish. As well as the season went, it was still a learning experience. And I think everybody felt this year a more comfortable Yu Darvish would be even better, and he certainly has been. His strikeout rate is up. His walk rate is down about 25%. He's even tougher to hit this year than he was last year. Same repertoire of pitches, but even a little more refined this year. Better command of his pitches. He leads the major leagues in strikeouts. He's one of the toughest pitchers in baseball to hit. And the Rangers need a win before the off day tomorrow, before the road trip, and they've got a good guy on the mound today.
Well, Yu Darvish has been everything the Rangers could hope for, and they hope he is the same Yu Darvish as he has been when he takes it out there today. It'll be Jeff Baker and the Rangers taking on the Kansas City Royals. We come back with the starting lineups and the first pitch right after this on Fox Sports Southwest. To you by Ford. Take the EcoBoost Challenge at your Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. and by AT&T Uverse TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. Now let's go down to the field right now. Emily Jones standing by with Nolan Ryan. Em?
Thank you very much, Nolan. A very cool moment out there at home plate. Flashback to 1993. You and George Brett both in your uniform for the final time. Even had the same home plate umpire here. Amazing that you all are still three standing.
Well, it's hard to believe 20 years has gone by. You wonder where the time went, but I always enjoy getting to see people like that, and George is always very upbeat.
When you look at, I guess, just how far this team has come, you've got to be proud from that last game at Arlington Stadium.
Oh, it really is. That's the thing. You look back and reflect back on what happened in that period of time, and you just feel blessed that you've been able to stay a part of it.
20 years has flown by. Nolan, thanks for the time. We appreciate it. Of course, both of those guys in the Hall of Fame now. Buzz, back up to you.
All right, Emily, thank you. Yeah, that's a very unique setting here today, and something you don't see very often in baseball. You get two Hall of Famers like that share a common history with Arlington, Texas. And the tradition with the kids out there at each position getting these signed balls from the Rangers starting. And we'll take a look now at the lineup that Yu Darvish will face this afternoon for the Kansas City Royals. Alex Gordon, the left fielder, leads off. Alcides Escobar is the shortstop. Eric Hosmer plays first and bats third. Billy Butler is the cleanup man. He's the DH. Mike Moustakas at third. Lorenzo Cain in center. The right fielder is Jeff Francoeur. George Kataris is the catcher, hitting eighth. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Chris Getz.
And on the mound, Yu Darvish. And here is the Budweiser scouting report for you. He's had 11 starts this year. They've obviously gone very well. 3.03 ERA. He's gone up a little bit in his last few starts. Tough to hit as ever. Second, as a matter of fact, in the American League. 186 opponents batting average. Fourth pitcher in American League history to have 105 strikeouts through 11 starts in a season. And if you go back to the beginning of 2012, he leads the major leagues with 326 strikeouts.
And let's take a look at the defense brought to you by Echo that will back up Yu Darvish. Murphy, Gentry, and Cruz left, center, and right. Moreland at first, Profar and Andrews up the middle. Jeff Baker the start at third base. Giovanni Soto is catching. And the right-hander, 26-year-old Yu Darvish, is on the hill. Umpiring crew this afternoon. Bill Miller will call the balls and strikes. The crew chief Dale Scott at first. C.B. Buckner at second. And Todd Tishner is over at third. Now ready to get underway. Alex Gordon steps in. Gordon, a .323 hitter, but he has really been in a funk of late. He's 0 for his last 12. And Darvish misses low and outside. The first pitch at 93 miles an hour. So Tommy took your advice and stayed out of the middle of the plate on the first pitch.
Well, I like the pitch selection, Buzz. It was a two-seam fastball, sinking fastball, a little bit out of the strike zone, but that looked like the same pitch. Good movement on it, tailing away. The pitches the other day against Arizona, right down the middle of the plate. First two pitches of the game. Line drive single, line drive triple. Sac fly 3 pitches later, and it was 2-0.
Now the 1-1 pitch to Gordon. 2-1 the count. 80 degrees at first pitch here this afternoon. Delightful afternoon. Humidity way down with the north breeze blowing at maybe 2 miles an hour. Just drifting out to right center field. A few high scattered clouds way off in the distance, but overhead a brilliant blue sky. Darvish with the 2-1 pitch. That's out of play to the left, and it evens the count. Alex Gordon, you mentioned, as we told you about, 0 for his last 12, but 5 strikeouts, which for him is unusual. He's not a big strikeout guy, and that's one of the reasons why Ned Yost had taken him out of the middle of the order and moved him up to the leadoff spot. Is his on-base percentage and the ability to put the ball in play. Shot foul. We'll try it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Royals come in at 23-30. They won yesterday for just the second time in their last 11 ball games. They are 6.5 games back of the division lead in the AL Central. Meanwhile, the Rangers lead has been cut to 2 games over Oakland. In the AL West, Rangers at 34 and 21. Darvish gets the sign that he wants from Soto. Again, the 2-2 pitch on the way. Call strike 3.
Good movement on that. Another two-seam fastball. It looked like this time at 96 miles an hour. This time I think it fooled Gordon. That late movement brought it right on the inside part of the plate. You see it come back and catch the plate.
Darvish freezing Gordon like some Eskimo pie in the freezer. Oh, he put him away, and Gordon never had a chance to get the bat off his shoulder.
Now that's one you probably felt pretty good taking that pitch until you saw the late movement, and then all you can do is walk back to the dugout and pretty much tip your cap to the pitcher. Good movement at 96 miles an hour.
Alcides Escobar tried to check his swing and couldn't do it. It's a foul back to the screen.
I think this is a little earlier in the game to see a 96 mile an hour fastball than we saw the last couple of times, which is good to see. Bring your best stuff out there right from the start.
The 0-1 pitch. Little looper out to Mitch Moreland at first. He backpedals a couple of steps, and that is out number 2. Little Texas leaguer that never got out of the northern part of Texas. Handled by Moreland, 2 up, 2 away, and Eric Hosmer coming up. Yeah, Yu Darvish, Tom, today, more fastballs than we've seen him throw. And I'm not talking about just velocity. I'm talking about pitch selection. He has typically gone to the breaking ball fairly early and often. And we have not seen him do that here today. There's a pretty good breaking ball for a check swing strike.
There's several guys in every lineup that love to hit the first fastball they see. And Hosmer has seen the first couple of hitters. You could tell he was up there looking to hit a fastball. He wouldn't have missed that slider by so much if he wasn't dead set on getting a fastball. So that was a good choice by Soto.
That off-speed pitch sails outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
And from any hitter's perspective, if you're throwing 92 to 96 and you can make the ball sink and tail, it doesn't really matter if the hitter knows it's coming or not. There's a limit to what you're going to be able to do with it if you throw it at a decent location.
Check swing. Did he go around? No, he did not. The appeal down to Todd Tishner at third. 2-1.
It seems like the pitch that has gotten you into trouble, when, if you want to call being in trouble for a guy that's had the success Darvish has been his cut fastball that doesn't cut enough and catches the middle of the plate. That one, 89 to 90 miles an hour, has given him some trouble.
Backdoor breaking ball evens the count at 2-2. Yeah, that cut fastball can be a dangerous pitch unless you're spotting it up pretty well. Not as hard as your normal fastball, but doesn't have as much break as a breaking ball. Now the 2-2. 2 hops out to Elvis. He stays with it nicely on across, and that'll do it. So a 13-pitch first inning. Yu Darvish dispatches the Royals. Kansas City 0. Texas coming up on Fox Sports Southwest. starting lineup. Elvis Andrus, the shortstop, leads off. He's followed by David Murphy. Lance Berkman is the DH. Batting cleanup today, Nelson Cruz, who plays in right field. Mitch Moreland, the first baseman, is next. Jeff Baker bats sixth and plays third. Giovanni Soto behind the plate. Hitting eighth, the center fielder, Craig Gentry, and the number 9 man is the second baseman, Jurickson Profar.
Irvin Santana on the mound for Kansas City. He's 3-5, solid ERA at 3.33. He's had 10 starts. Has been homer prone his last 2 starts. He's been homer prone basically his whole career. He gives up a lot of home runs. He's given up 7 in his last 2 starts. Against the Rangers, he's 13-11. His ERA is a little bit over 6. He's had some really good games against the Rangers. He's won 13 times. And some of his losses have been losses where he hasn't gone very far, given up the long ball and a lot of runs.
And facing Elvis Andrus, who is one of his nemesis. Andrus 12 out of 37 against Santana in his career. That's a 3.24 average. Elvis hitting 260 as he steps to the plate. Hits a 2-hopper out to shortstop. Escobar in the dirt, and it gets by and into the crowd and then back out. And Elvis will be on second base after the throwing error by Alcides Escobar.
There's a major break. Pitcher gets a little dribbler to shortstop, a simple out, and a relatively reliable, solid defensive player throws the ball right into the ground. So far out in front of the first baseman that he can't catch the ball. Hosmer's a very good first baseman. The Royals people feel like eventually he'll be a Gold Glove caliber first baseman if he's not already. But that ball was such a bad throw, even he couldn't get a glove on it.
And the pitch to David Murphy is outside. That was the 36th error committed by Kansas City this year. They are next to last in the American League in fielding. Well, the Rangers catch a break, and we'll see if they can capitalize here. David Murphy at the plate takes a breaking ball from Santana, and that evens the count at 1-1.
One thing Santana has done this year is he's pitched deeply into ball games. He's averaged 7 innings per start. There's not many pitchers that have averaged 7 innings every time they go out there. 70 innings, he's had 10 starts.
2-1 now. Santana, the 30-year-old from San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic. Originally with the Angels, he was acquired by Kansas City in a trade last October. Initially, 2005 was the year of Santana's major league debut, and he was falling behind Murphy now, 3 balls and a strike.
Yeah, all 5 starters that the Royals have were trades. We talked about Davis and Shields. They both pitched in this series coming from Tampa Bay. Guthrie was a trade. Santana and Luis Mendoza came from the Rangers.
That is chopped foul, and the count is now full.
Not a homegrown starter among that group, although they've drafted enough pitchers. None of them, right now anyway, are in the rotation.
See David Murphy on a pretty good tear. There's James Shields, who worked 7 very strong innings yesterday in that Royals 4-1 10-inning victory. Shields, of course, got the no decision, but again handcuffed the Rangers, which is becoming quite a normal thing for him. Payoff pitch to Murphy. Line foul down the right side. That's back into the seats. And Santana going with a couple of off-speed pitches. And it's still 3-2. Murphy trying to get aboard. Give Lance Berkman a shot at Santana with a couple men on. Andrus, after the error, the leadoff ground ball to shortstop at second. Santana has the sign he wants, and again the payoff pitch. To center field, that's going to drive Kane just a little back to his left. Tagging at second is Elvis. Here comes the throw. He is just in under the tag by Moustakas. What a good throw by Lorenzo Kane in center field, but Elvis using that great speed to get to third with 1 out now.
You know, they know the arm strength, and that was an accurate throw from Kane, but had a lot of air underneath it. And by the time it got there, Elvis was pretty confident from that far back that he would be able to sneak into third base. Good aggressive base running, good decision. Now you've got a man at third base and less than 2 outs.
Well, the Royals telling you what they think about Yu Darvish. They're pulling their infield all the way in here in the first inning. They don't figure to get many runs off Yu Darvish, at least in the opinion of Ned Yost. There's a little tapping on the third baseline. Santana feels he only has one play. That's the first. In to score is Andrews. And Lance Berkman gets the RBI. The Rangers take a 1-0 lead.
There's an unearned run because of the error by Escobar, but also good aggressive base running by Elvis. Good instincts on the bases. Some runners at third base would have watched that, tried to gauge whether they could score, wait too long, and have to stay at third base. The second that ball was down, Elvis was off. Nothing Santana could do except get the out at first base. A nice decision to go to second to third on the fly ball to center field. And good instincts to score on that little dribbler.
Well, the Rangers produce a run without the benefit of a hit. And now here's Nelly Cruz. Strike deal dealt to the outside corner from Santana. Cruz, 40 at bats against Santana over in his career. Nelly hitting .275. He got a piece of his left foot. And he's going to do a little foul tip two-step on that one. That came right down on top of his foot.
Right inside of his ankle.
And Jamie Reed out there to take a look at him. Ron Washington, leaning on the bat, getting a bird's eye view of that bad left foot.
Ron doesn't want to lean down too much on his own. He might pull a hamstring. Santana has good stuff, and when he's got command of his slider, that's usually when he's at his best. He's got a low 90s fastball, 92, 93. Generally it tails and sinks a little bit. Good changeup, but when he's throwing a good game, it's pretty much because he is commanding his slider. He's got a really good slider, especially to right-hand hitters. He's had a good start to the season. Opponents are only hitting .245 against him. Not many walks, 1.4 walks per 9 innings. That's the second best walk rate in the league. No one approaches Bartolo Colon. He's walked a half a batter for 9 innings.
Bill Miller, the home plate umpire, looked like he was asking Nelly how he felt. And Nelly said, "Here, let me pound on your toe for a second. I'll show you how it feels."
The umpires have those steel shoes.
Yeah. There's the slider you're talking about.
Break your bat trying to hit his shoes.
1 ball and 2 strikes now.
The other thing that's hurt Santana, he's only had 2.8 runs of support every time he goes out there, the lowest in the American League.
Fastball up under the chin of Nelson Cruz. That evens the count at 2-2. Cruz, as you saw, 3 home runs in his 11 hits against Santana. Inside, and the count has gone full. So from 0-2 to 3-2. Nelly hanging tough in there, and if he gets aboard to prolong the inning, Mitch Moreland is waiting in the on-deck circle. Santana to the wide, the payoff pitch. Toward third, Moustakas, the very sure-handed third baseman. That was in the dirt, too, and dug out by Hosmer at first. Eric Hosmer's going to have a chat with his left side of his infield to get the ball up a little bit. A run on no hits for the Rangers. They take a 1-0 lead. Second, let's say hello to Jim Knox. Jim.
All right, Bill, Buzz, appreciate it. A nice crowd here on an afternoon game. Watching the Rangers take on the Orioles. The finale here in this 3-game series. Community Corner this afternoon before the game. The Arlington Girls Softball Association delivered sunscreen to both dugouts, the Rangers and Royals. This is part of MLB's Play Sun Sports. It's to help prevent skin cancer. Of course, to do that, you have to wear a hat, glasses, and of course, that is sunscreen. To find out more, log on to MLB.com. Buzz?
All right, Knoxy, thank you. Now, Yu Darvish goes to work in the top of the second, throws strike one to Billy Butler. Darvish just needed 13 pitches to send the Royals out in the first inning. Butler hitting .256. Royals DH takes the slider outside, and it's 1-1. Butler, 5 home runs, 31 driven in. Took an 0 for 3 the only time that Yu Darvish matched up against the Royals last year. Darvish won that ball game. 1-1 pitch. And that's a bit outside. It's 2-1. Last September the 3rd up in Kauffman Stadium, Darvish worked 7 innings against Kansas City and really started off like a house of fire. Retired the first 17. Rangers ended up winning that 8-4. And 3-1 now the count. So Darvish, who threw a preponderance of fastballs in the first inning, has come out here and missed with 3 breaking balls in a fastball to Billy Butler, run the count 3-1. See Butler having his problems of late, but as good a hitter as he is, that can turn around at any minute. Darvish back to the plate. Full count.
Pretty good 3-1 pitch right there. Little sinker at 92 miles an hour. Low and right on the outside corner.
Soto with the sign, and Darvish ready for the payoff pitch on the way. Ball 4. Had the breaking ball, and Butler with the leadoff walk is aboard for Mike Moustakas. The folks, Fox Sports is proud to team with Feeding America, a nationwide network of food banks that helps feed more than 37 million people in America each year through pantries, soups kitchens, and shelters. Visit feedingamerica.org/Fox Sports to learn how you can fight hunger in your community. Together, we're feeding America. So the first base runner for Kansas City against Yu Darvish, a leadoff walk, gets Butler on. Here's Moustakas. And first ball swinging, loops one to right field, a base hit. Butler rounding second and puts the brakes on as Cruz comes up firing. So a walk and a single. The Royals have their first 2 men aboard here in the second inning.
Not a real hard hit ball by Moustakas. Looked like he got jammed a little bit. But with Mitch holding the run around at first base, not much he could do. Just a little bit over his glove. Hit that with nobody on base and probably right at Mitch.
So 2 aboard now for the 6th place hitter, and that would be Lorenzo Cain. Cain hitting .287. Pretty good run production for the Royals. A home run, 23 driven in for their center fielder. First ball swinging. He shoots one down the right side. That will twist back and out of play. It's 0-1. Cain in that matchup with Darvish last year took an 0 for 3. Yu Darvish in 7 innings of work in Kansas City last September allowed only 3 hits, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Gave up 3 runs in that contest. Got away with a hanger there. It's 0-2. See Cain on a modest 3-game hitting streak. He's gone 4 for 11. This the rubber game of this 3-game series. The Rangers and the Royals will not meet again until mid-September. 3-game series up in Kansas City. Check swing on the pitch high, and count moves to a ball and 2 strikes.
A couple of birthdays today, Buzz. Gordon Barker from Hideaway, Texas is 88. The other is an anniversary, 60th wedding anniversary. Got to get the names right. Got to go back and look at the names. Sorry, can't read my own writing.
Ground ball headed to left field. It's in for a base hit. The stop sign is put up for Butler as Murphy comes up with the ball. And with nobody out now, the Royals have loaded the bases on a walk and a couple of hits.
The hits haven't been hit all that hard, but they've definitely found holes. A pretty good sinker. He got a ground ball, looking for a double play in that situation. To get the ground ball, unfortunately, it wasn't right at Elvis. It was in the hole. Now the bases are loaded. Got to go to work here. As we could use a couple of strikeouts.
Now it really changes things when you get that leadoff walk. You know, without that leadoff walk, Mitch Moreland makes the catch on Moustakas' little limp line drive. And without a couple of people aboard, Elvis probably handles that ball in the hole. But what you have is bases loaded, nobody out for Jeff Francoeur. And Butler is over at third, Moustakas at second, and Kane over at first. Francoeur at 218. Here's a strike at the knees. It's 1-1. Francoeur this year with the bases loaded. 1 for 3 with a couple of RBI. Just 237 though, the career mark. That's outside. It's 2-1.
The first inning went very quickly. Good command, good pitches, 3 up, 3 down. This inning obviously a little more of a struggle with command. Couldn't make the pitch to get Butler out. Leadoff walk has kind of set up a potential inning here for Kansas City.
Shallow center field. Gentry coming on, makes the catch. Butler coming down the line. Here's the throw, the tag. He's out at home plate. Another outfield assist for a Rangers center fielder.
Well, it doesn't really matter who's out there, whether it's Martin or whether it's Gentry. They can both throw. We've seen Martin make a couple of tremendous throws to get players at the plate. And there's one right with it. Fred Gentry from modestly deep in right center field had to make a perfect throw. Even though with Butler running, you've got a little bit better chance. Still, the throw's a little bit off mark, but strong, one hop, easy for Soto to handle. And he catches it on the first base side and has just enough time to come back and make the tag. What a great play.
Well, 2 outs now, runners at first and second. George Kottaras, the catcher, takes a strike. And boy, if that doesn't energize you as a pitcher, I don't know what does.
Kind of get you off the hook for. Look at the tag too. Nice play by Soto. Great throw from Craig.
0-1 pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kottaras had a big 2-run double in the 10th inning in yesterday's ball game.
We say it all the time, Buzz, but there just really isn't an outfield in baseball as a group that throws any better than the Ranger outfielders.
I agree with you.
That was true last year when Josh Hamilton was here. He has an excellent throwing arm. Whether it's Cruz, Martin, Gentry, David Murphy has a nice, strong, accurate arm. Maybe not quite the same strength as the other 3, but he throws one of those true balls that takes a nice, easy hop to handle so that you can make a tag.
And you mentioned the most important part, at least to me, accuracy. They're all accurate.
All accurate. Yep. Yeah, a strong arm doesn't do you any good if you short hop the catcher, make it impossible for him to catch it.
Right.
Or you're not accurate enough to where they can catch it and make the tag.
1-2 pitch. Nubbed foul. We'll try it again. You throw it halfway up the backstop.
Yeah, it doesn't really do you a whole lot of good. But that was a great throw all the way. A line drive, low throw. Runners didn't move up on it. 1 hop.
Well, a chance now for Darvish to get out of the inning without giving up a thing. 1-2 the count. Check swing. He did not go around, and that evens it at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, it was a strikeout breaking ball, but you have to depend on the hitter to swing at it. And Kataris was able to start and stop just in time.
2-2, 2 on and 2 out. And you the man. Yep, he certainly is. Fouled away.
Kataris only has 39 at bats. He's struck out 19 times. Half of his at bats, not counting plate appearances, but just counting at bats. But he's also walked 10 times, which probably explains why he was able to lay off that breaking ball. He's fairly disciplined at the plate, even though by the looks of it, he's been known to swing and miss a few times.
Again, the 2-2 from Darvish. And another foul ball. So Darvish now up to 22 pitches in this inning. After a very easy 13-pitch first, he's getting ready to throw his 36th pitch of the afternoon. Right-hander comes set, a check of second. High and outside. The count has gone full. If Kataris gets aboard, Chris Getz, the second baseman, would bat here in the second inning. Now the payoff pitch coming from Darvish. Check swing, and it gets away. Soto recovers, but there's no play. I don't know whether that was a strikeout or whether it was ball 4.
Kataris wasn't taking any chances.
No, Kataris took off like he thought he swung.
He's probably at first base, doesn't know whether he walked or struck out.
It's going to be a bases loaded situation as Mike Maddox out there. We'll have to wait for the ruling to see what it was. It was a strikeout and a wild pitch. So home plate umpire Bill Miller ruling that was a strikeout. Yep.
Yeah, he just didn't raise his hand, but he pointed strike right from the start. Kataris was able to lay off a number of pitches till he got to 3-2. Unfortunately, he swung at the one that Soto wasn't able to block.
You know, Mike Maddox out there talking about it. You know, one thing that, and you talked about it, Tom, at the outset, a lot of fastballs from Darvish in the first inning, and pretty well located fastballs. This inning, beginning with Butler, the first hitter, a lot of breaking balls, and you know, the fastball command then has left because, in my opinion, he hasn't thrown enough of it.
Yeah, it sure looked sharp in the first inning, especially to Gordon. That 96-mile-an-hour fastball that he brought back out over the plate to him was just a terrific pitch.
Well, he's got the bases loaded again. Moustakas, Kane, and Francoeur, or I should say, and Kataris. And the first pitch, a breaking ball that hangs outside. It's 1-0 to Chris Getz, who is a .216 hitter. Getz a home run, 10 RBI. Darvish with a pitch to left center field. That's where Gentry was playing towards, and into the gap, able to make the catch. Side retired thanks to some great defense. Yu Darvish able to get out with no damage done. The throw by Gentry prevented the run with a tag at home plate. No runs, 2 hits, and 3 left. Bottom of the second coming up. Rangers 1, Royals nothing. Twitter poll. We're going to ask you today to pick from 4 sites not in Arlington. The Rangers will visit these 4 parks during the month of June. Which one would you like to go to? And if you think Fenway Park would be it, it's hashtag FS Fenway when you go to Twitter. If it's Rogers Center in Toronto, hashtag FS Rogers, or Busch Stadium or Yankee Stadium. Apply the appropriate mark on Twitter. You can pick your answer there, and we'll give you the results later in the ballgame. Well, Mitch Moreland starting things off. Rangers maintaining a 1-0 lead, but it was very precarious in that top of the second inning. Darvish able to get out of it, and now Moreland leading off. 1-0 pitch to him, and that's a bit low from Santana. 2 balls, no strikes. Moreland in the last 5 ball games, a little bit of a downturn, but he's been so hot that hasn't really dragged that average down much. 286 as he stands at the plate here. And ball 3 misses. Now Moreland facing Ervin Santana, trying to get aboard to start off the Rangers second. Right-hander into the wind, and the 3-0 pitch is right down the middle. Moreland hitting 5th in the order today without Beltre in there, and he'll be followed by the Beltre replacement. That's Jeff Baker. Three-one pitch. Low ball 4, and Mitch draws the leadoff walk.
Buzz, I finally found the anniversary I was looking for. Sorry to Keith and Warna Sales. 60th wedding anniversary today. Keith is battling some health issues, watches all our games. I hope you're having a good day today, Keith. Hope you're watching, and happy anniversary to both you and Warna.
Oh, I'm glad you found that.
Yeah, I am too. Deal. Just a matter of deciphering my own bad handwriting. I was able to accomplish that.
There you go.
I'm glad.
Here's Jeff Baker, and that first pitch gets all the way to the screen, and going to second is Moreland. And boy, because of the bounce right back to Gutaris, Moreland had to sprint to second base.
That's one thing I don't like about our ballpark. I don't like the way it's haphazard what happens on a pass ball. It turns it into like a guessing game. Ball goes by a catcher like that all the way back to the screen. It's supposed to be an automatic base. Now you don't know exactly what's going to happen. I guess it makes it more exciting and interesting, but to me, when the ball goes by the catcher and back to the screen, everybody should get a base.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to have a ricochet like that with nobody on base. It's going to come back and hit the umpire right in the back of the head, and it's going to stop all that. I mean, the umpire's going to say, no, pad that thing back.
Rebuild the stadium.
Yeah. 1-1 pitch to Baker, low and inside. And this would have come pretty close. The last pass ball, had Gutaris not caught it.
You know, it was right through his legs. And you know, you've got a man on third base on that play. He takes 2 quick steps, gets too far off third base. Catcher just throws it back to third base, and he's out.
Yeah.
On a ball that went right through his legs in the first place. You shouldn't get an out based on not being able to make a play.
Well, all of a sudden, Santana this inning is running into a little control problem. He's falling behind Jeff Baker 3-1.
And Santana walks 1.4 per 9 innings, second best walk ratio per 9 innings in the league, so that's unusual for him.
3-1 pitch. Threw a breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 3-2. Santana with 10 pitches this inning. 7 of them have been out of the strike zone. Very un-Santana-like. The Rangers need to take advantage. Payoff pitch coming. Ground ball to short. Escobar checks Moreland back to second and fires to first. That's out number 1. So Baker grounds out on the 3-2 pitch. Now Giovanni Soto, the Rangers catcher, will step in. Soto didn't get 212. Gone back to his backup role with A.J. Pierzynski coming off the disabled list last week. Ball 1 is outside. Giovanni still has started 14 of the last 25 ball games for the Rangers. 2 home runs, 5 RBI. Trying to pick up Moreland from second. A ball and a strike. You see Soto is, even though the batting average not where he'd like it, he still reached base all but 2 of the last 18 games. That's out of play to the right, twisting well back into the second deck. And it goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Moreland getting his lead at the bottom of your screen. Pitch way outside, 2-2 now.
We're talking about the command, and right now Santana's thrown 16 strikes and 16 balls. That's not the ratio he's accustomed to.
Nice day out here and a great day to stay hydrated. Get that face buried in that cup. Low and inside, and another full count. There you go. You had to come up for air sometime. So 3-2 to Soto with 1 out. Moreland at second. Santana set a check of second. Got him swinging. That is the first strikeout for Santana this afternoon. 2 outs. Craig Gentry coming up. And I'd like to invite you to join us at On the Border for dinner every Tuesday night from now through August the 13th. You can enter to win free Rangers tickets and a VIP Rangers experience. Visit OTBFanzone.com for more details. Now Craig Gentry made that great throw in the top of the second to prevent the Royals from scoring a run. Completed a double play. He fired to Soto, who made the tag. Billy Butler coming down the line from third. See Craig hitting at 228. And the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Gentry, a home run and 8 driven in. He is in one of those streaks, starting against a right-hander today. And Rangers had gone from seeing a lot of left-handers a couple of weeks ago to seeing no left-handers in the last 12 days. So Ron Washington getting Gentry back in the starting lineup. 2-1 the count. And the skipper was got a dividend paid immediately to him by Gentry's great throw to home plate. Breaking ball and makes it 2-2 now to Gentry. Rangers still looking for their first hit. They scored a run on an error in the first inning. Elvis Andrus came around to score after a 2-base error on Escobar. Got him swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts. The Rangers are gone in the second. The leadoff walk is left stranded at second base. On to the third we go. Rangers 1, Royals nothing. Fox Sports Southwest. Visit MLB.tv today. MLB.tv. It's baseball everywhere. And a lot of baseball going on here in Arlington. A near capacity crowd on hand here on this Sunday afternoon. Rangers leading 1-0. And joining us in the booth now, a fellow that I don't have to introduce to Ranger fans, Ivan Pudge Rodriguez. Pudge, thanks for joining us. Good to see you.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me again.
Sure. We're always anytime you want to stop by, we're here.
Well,
Come on up.
Appreciate that.
Because every time you come by, Pudge, they show the highlights of you throwing, and we forget.
Okay.
After watching baseball today, we forget how you used to throw.
I want to say that too, because
no
I
one
forgot
else,
that too.
no one else does it like that. I'll tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Chuck Morgan still runs a clip every once in a while before the game of you throwing up there. And everybody, all the young players stand out there and go and point up there. That's what I want to look like.
That was great. That's nice.
Yeah.
Good to see that.
And you're going to teach some of the younger kids too how to do that. You got some camps coming up.
Yeah, I do. We're going to start the first camp. It's going to be starting next Monday, a week from tomorrow. It will be from the 10th to the 13th. It's going to be 4 days, and it's going to be forward at the All Saint High School. And Adam Beck and the group from the school, they've been doing a tremendous job putting everything together, and we've been working very hard. So hopefully we're going to see a lot of kids over there, and we're gonna teach them the best that we can.
Now, how did you decide to do the camps, Pudge? What's behind that?
Because I always been doing that, in Florida and in Puerto Rico. It's something that I love to do. Spend time with the kids and teaching the kids how to play the game of baseball, especially the discipline side of the game. And I did it here because it's a good place to do it. Baseball here in Texas is a big baseball town. Sure. A lot of kids playing baseball around, and it's always good to do something like this here.
I read in the press release that your mother was a big influence on you and wanting to do these kind of camps at schools too. Is that true?
Absolutely, yeah. My mom was a teacher, and then she was a principal for over 30 years. And one of the things that she told me was, just focus on the kids, and make sure, we teach them the best that we can, the best. Give them the best advice that we can, and basically that's what I do, and basically I love doing it. If you have a passion and love to do those kind of things, you're going to end up doing it good.
Did you go to your mom's school?
I did go to my mom's school.
Did you behave yourself at your mom's school? Did you ever get in trouble?
No.
Not that she knew about anyway, right?
No, exactly. No, but I was a good kid when I was little in school.
Okay. I'm glad to see you haven't changed a bit either.
Yeah, you always had to be, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mom come over and slap you upside the head. 1-1 pitch is outside. Well, that's we have the information up there on the screen at the All Saints Episcopal School, and it showed you how to register. Well, there it is again. You can register at ASESFTW.org, and that's /PudgeCamp.
Well, one of the camps, Pudge, is going to be strictly catching. Is that right?
That's right. It's going to be in June 24th to the 26th. It's going to be just catching only.
Now, what are the age limits for that?
Well, we're gonna start, from 7, 8 years old on, and we're gonna focus on catching only. Basically we're gonna teaching the kids how to throw the ball, how to receive, how to block in the ball. And one of the things that I would like to do is just talking about the game, about the discipline of the game.
Can you stay with us for another half
Absolutely,
minute? All right,
sure.
we'll come back with Pudge. The Royals are gone in order, and after 2.5, Rangers 1, Royals nothing. Let's go over now for a Mazda game break to John Radigan. Now back for the bottom of the third inning. Jurickson, Profar leading things off. Jurickson takes the pitch a little bit low. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Profar, the number 9 man in the order today, hitting at .294, a home run, and 5 driven in. Got a chance to have Ivan Pudge Rodriguez up there in the booth with us. They're talking about Pudge's camps, which come up all this month over at All Saints Episcopal School. 3 different camp sessions. The first one is June 10th through the 13th, and the second one is June 17th through the 20th, and then the catchers camp sessions from June 24th through the 26th. And they're all from 9 until 3. You're going to work those kids, aren't you?
Absolutely. That's the goal. Make them work. I think if you work hard, good things are gonna happen in the field. So, but it's gonna be nice. They're gonna enjoy. They're gonna have a great time. They're gonna be there all day, and it's gonna be fun.
Profar to left center field, moving to his left as Alex Gordon puts it away. That is out number 1. Back to the top of the order. Let's take a look at the AT&T Uverse Reverse Rewind. How about Pudge throwing? There you go. That was the first game that you ever played at the major league level. Not this one, but that first shot in Chicago, playing against the White Sox. You were a 19-year-old kid coming up, and I still remember both throws that you made. Who was that you threw out? Do you remember?
Lance Johnson and Joey Cora.
Lance Johnson. I remember him. The most surprised look on anybody's face in that whole ballpark was Lance Johnson when he got up. He thought he had a good jump.
Yeah.
And
that's what I want to teach those kids.
Yeah.
At 24.
There you go.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you find any that can do that, Pudge, the Rangers would like to draft him. I know that.
Now this is one from Rangers ball. Franco at second. That is the one in Chicago. That's right.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Julio ever tell you to take a little off? You're starting to wear his hand out.
Elvis skies out to right field. That's the second out of the inning. And David Murphy now will come
Have you ever run into Julio over the years?
Into Julio?
Yeah.
Seeing him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him last year in Caribbean World Series.
He's not still playing, is he?
No, he's not playing. He looks the same, Julio.
Did he?
In good shape.
Huh.
There's no changes. Always the same person.
Oh man.
I think he's managed team in Venezuela. I think winnable.
Okay. Well, Pudge, is there anything else for you to let you get away about your camps you want to let the folks know about?
No, I mean that's about it. I mean, we'd love to see all of them there, and we're gonna have fun, and we'll see them there.
Will you be there yourself? Will you be at the camps yourself?
Yes, I'll be there. I'll be there.
Well, we can't recommend it highly enough. You have some young prospective players that want to learn from the very best. Sign up for Pudge's camps. Any of the 3 of them, you get a lot of benefit from. But it's so great to hear guys like you, Pudge, that have the careers you have, that are willing to give back to the kids. It's share your experiences, help them learn, help them enjoy the game.
Yeah,
the way
absolutely.
You do.
That's a big part of this. I think I played for a long time this beautiful game, and now my job is just to teach this kid how to play the game right, and give them the best advice that I can.
Pudge, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Rangers gone in a hurry in the third inning. We're going to the fourth. 1-0 Texas on Fox Sports Southwest. Ford. Take the EcoBoost Challenge at your Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. And by Jack in the Box, where the Chipotle Chicken Club Combo is back. Top of the fourth inning, Billy Butler leading things off. And another breaking ball that's outside to Butler. Butler walked his first time. Seeing a lot of sliders from Yu Darvish. Offered at 2 of them, but did not offer at 4 of them yet. Drew the walk. Ball 2. Butler was the one that was thrown out at home plate by Craig Gentry. Royals had the bases loaded and nobody out. Jeff Francoeur hit the high line drive that Gentry caught and proceeded to double up Billy Butler at the plate. Great throw and tag by Giovanni Soto and Craig Gentry and Leonis Martin. That's at least 3 and I think 4, if I remember correctly, that they have thrown out at home plate this year. The 2-1 pitch. 3 balls and a strike. So again, Butler enjoying the advantage in the count, trying to get aboard to start off the 4th for Kansas City. He'll be followed by the 3rd baseman Mike Moustakas. Darvish okays the sign. High and tight, ball 4. Second time that Butler has began an inning by walking against Darvish.
The last 2 pitches weren't even close. One was high and one bounced.
Now as Moustakas has come to the plate, let's go over and say hello to Jim Knox again. Jim.
Oh, I appreciate it, Buzz. Look who we have here. Why, it's Emily Reppert. She is the host of the popular television show Chevy Hometown Kids. It airs every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. right here on Fox Sports Southwest. Besides the Rangers, what brings you to the ballpark? Big story, huh?
Yeah, we actually came out here for kids to take the field. It's a great opportunity that Chevy and the Rangers provide for kids every Sunday home game. They get to go on the field, meet their favorite players. It's so cool, get a signed ball, take it home with them. Really great experience.
All right, what's next? What's on the show next week?
We're actually headed to another Chevy baseball clinic tomorrow up in Sherman, Texas. They happen all over the state. Great free clinics that Chevy puts on for kids to learn the fundamentals of the game.
There you go. All right, Emily, good to see you. Appreciate it. Buzz.
All right, Jim, thank you. And Yu Darvish running into a bit of a problem here in the second. This is very reminiscent, or I should say this is reminiscent of the second. He's pitching in the 4th, but Darvish just completely lost command of the strike zone.
Well, he's had 2 good innings. The 1st inning and the 3rd inning. Top of the order, 1, 2, 3, twice. And then as soon as Butler comes up, the command goes away.
Soto out to talk to Darvish, see if he can't say the magic words or press the magic button that'll get Darvish back into the strike zone. 2-0 pitch. 3 balls and no strike. Hit him. Pitch down and in, and Darvish now has the same situation he had in the second inning. First 2 men aboard, and Lorenzo Cain coming up.
Now this started another sloppy inning for you. All over the place to Butler. Now Moustakas takes one off the foot. Same situation he was in the second. First and second, nobody on.
Cain bounced a single through the left side his first time up. Rangers up at double play depth with Andrus and Profar. And there is strike 1. So Cain with that base hit now has his average back over 290. 291 as he faces Darvish here in the 4th inning. In the dirt, smothered by Soto. That evens the count. It's a ball and a strike. You would think, looking at the body language that Yu Darvish is exhibiting, he's not very comfortable right now. Walking around, pawing at the dirt. Very un-Yu Darvish-like. 1-1 pitch. Rip and a miss. It's 1-2. normally shows very little emotion or does anything physically to let you know that he's not real happy.
One thing he usually does, Buzz, he usually weathers the storms, figures it out, and starts throwing the pitches the way he wants to. See if he's able to do that this inning.
A couple of checks of Butler at second. The 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. Yeah, he has that ability to come up with a big pitch at the right time. And usually it's been early in the ball game, the first inning, that has been his problem. And he's corrected that pretty quickly and then gone pretty much unscathed through the middle part of the game. Again, the 1-2. Got him swinging. Good sharp slider. And that's the third strikeout of the afternoon for Darvish.
It's especially tough on the right-hand hitters. The slider's a tough pitch to hit when it's coming into you, but it's really tough when it's going away from you. And it's a tough pitch to lay off of. It looks like a strike, close to being a strike. The pitch has struck out a lot of right-hand hitters.
Here's Francoeur, who flied into that double play in the second inning. Jeff 0 for 1. Apparently, Darvish found the secret to that slider the last few times he's thrown it.
Yeah, one of the secrets is to try to get hitters up there that'll swing at it.
Exactly.
And Francoeur is probably one of them. He's been up 156 times. He only walked 5 times. So he's a free swinger. And as a right-hand hitter, he's a little bit susceptible to the style that Darvish has if he makes his pitches.
The 0-1 pitch. Hit pretty well to right center field, but Gentry draws a beat on it. Tagging at second is Butler. He will move on to third as Gentry makes the catch and fires it back in. Runners now at first and third with 2 outs for George Kottaras. The second straight time that Francoeur has skied out to Gentry. Kottaras reached after he struck out and reached on a wild pitch. That was in the second. But Kottaras, who in yesterday's ball game was 1 for 2, had that big 10th inning double that turned it from a 2-1 game into a 4-1 game. The final score eventually put up by Kansas City. And a fastball zips right through there. A Butler at third, Moustakas at first. Darvish ahead of the count, 0-1 to George Kottaras. And that's tapped foul at home plate, and very quickly it's 0-2. Well, your Ford leaderboard today will apply to this situation. In the American League, Kansas City, the 3rd best average with runners in scoring position this year. However, in this series, a little different story. Just 5 out of 23 for the Royals. And you've got Butler in scoring position at third. 0-2, the count to Kottaras. Breaking ball in the dirt, going to second. And upstanding is Mike Moustakas. So second and third now with 2 outs and a 1-2 count on Kottaras. Darvish okays the sign, the right-hander, with that shoulder high set. Got him swinging. 93-mile-an-hour sinker, and Darvish gets his 4th strikeout. 2 left aboard on no hits, a walk and a hit batter. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Rangers by 1.
1-0, and Yu Darvish scoreless, or pitching a shutout, I should say, through 4 innings so far, and he has become must-see baseball, whether it be here at the ballpark or on TV, and the Darvish factor is not lost on his teammates.
He has so many different pitches. He has so many different ways that he can attack guys and get them out, and you know, it's fun to watch it. Although it's more fun to watch probably on TV because you can see the movement of the pitches a lot better from that vantage point than you can from the side. But it's still you know, it's great to have him competing for us, and you know, every time he's out there, it's something interesting may happen.
And you kind of get the sense from the fans, both here in the ballpark and at home, that they almost expect something special to happen when Yu Darvish is on the mound, and almost seem disappointed, guys, when he gives up that first hit or first walk of the game. Some pretty high expectations for Yu in his second year in the bigs.
Well, you got that right, Emily, and he has not disappointed very often. Lance Berkman, a rip and a miss. He is down in the count now, 1-2 strikes. Berkman leading off the Ranger 4th inning. Texas, despite not having a hit yet against Irvin Santana, leading 1-0. Got him swinging. Santana with his 3rd strikeout. And that's how the 4th inning begins for the Rangers. That'll bring up Nelson Cruz. Well, fans, get ready for Fox Sports 1. It's America's new 24-hour sports network. Fox Sports 1 will be your home for great live shows, all the news and highlights you want, and shows and specials that only Fox could bring you. America's new sports network is Fox Sports 1. It's coming August 17th. One out, bases empty for Nelson Cruz. Cruz a ground ball to 3rd back in the 1st inning. Santana now has retired 7 straight. And he works to Nelly, who fouls back the first pitch. It is 0-1.
And Santana has not always had success in this park. He's won 6 times. Lost 7. His ERA 7.47 in this ballpark. He's taken some pretty sound beatings. It looks like he's throwing the ball well today.
1-1 pitch inside.
And thrown a lot of strikes. He's thrown about the same number of balls as strikes, but he's made the pitches that he's had to make to get out of innings.
It's kind of an odd outing for Santana so far. Cruz chops it foul. That runs the count to 2-2 now. I don't recall seeing Santana with the lack of command, not control, but command, that where he's missing by you know the width of the ball sometimes. Still be able to shut the opposition down. Normally when that happens, he can get lit up pretty quickly. Left center field, that's going to fall, and the Rangers have their first hit against Irvin Santana. Nelly Cruz, a 1-out single, is aboard, and Mitch Moreland coming up. Remember that game we saw, Tom, we did in spring training this year, but Kansas City played the Rangers, and Santana pitched. I don't think he made it out of the 2nd inning. There were rockets all over the place. He had to clear out the parking lot.
Well, when he's hanging his slider, not effective with his slider, then it could be a long day for him. He's made a lot of good pitches with his slider so far today.
Now here's Mitch, who drew a walk to lead off the Rangers' 2nd. Santana, a check of Cruz at 1st. And the pitch to Moreland. Off speed, catches the inside corner. Mitch checking with 3rd base coach Gary Pettis. See what Ron Washington might have in mind right here. See if he got the home run sign. I think that was what they're calling for. Mitch 5 out of 17 in his career against Santana. That's a .294 average. One ball and 1 strike. Moreland planting that left foot in the back of the batter's box. Steps in, and now he's ready to work. So is Santana. There's a big rip and a miss. And it's 1-2. 1 on, 1 out. Playing the bottom of the 4th inning. A little toss to first will drive Nelly back. Moreland back in. Outfield plays Mitch just about straight away. The infield a step or so around to the right. There goes Cruz. The pitch is inside. The throw to second, not in time. A great jump by Nelly Cruz. And he swiped second. Guitars put the throw pretty much on the money. But Nelly just able to outrace it.
And Nelly showing in this series why he's such a good athlete. Had a beautiful diving catch in the first game. Shows his speed and base stealing ability. Hit a ball 420 feet for a home run in the first game. Whatever you want to see him do on the field, you've had a chance to see it here in 3 ball games against Kansas City.
2-2 pitch is low, and Mitch now has run the count full. So Moreland tried to join Cruz by getting on base. Jeff Baker will be the next hitter in the Ranger order. Santana a check of second. Payoff pitch. And that is top foul. Now we'll come back and try it again. Moreland with 11 home runs, 27 RBI. The 3-2 got him swinging. Well, a good fastball down and in, and Mitch becomes the 4th strikeout for Irvin Santana today. There are 2 gone.
Tied him up. Good fastball, 93 miles an hour. Santana this April was 3-1. His ERA was right at 2. Last April he was 0-5. His ERA was 6. He got off to a great start with Kansas City. Pretty much providing them with exactly what they would have hoped. He has a losing record, but an ERA of 3.33. They just haven't scored any runs for him. Surprising to see that number, Buzz. Their batting average with men in scoring position.
Yeah.
In the top 5, they just must not be getting many guys in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been the month of May. The month of May was awful to them.
Yeah.
They just couldn't do anything. April was fine. They were in the upper half of the American League in runs scored in April, but boy, May just completely fell off the table. 0-2 the count to Jeff Baker. Off the fist and a 2-hopper off the mound out to second base. Gets on to first, and that'll do it. So the Rangers do get a base hit, but strand Nelson Cruz. On to the 5th we go. Rangers 1-0. going. Let's send it over to Jim Knox. Jim.
All right, Buzz, I am with Breon of the Texas Rangers here to talk about upcoming youth baseball camps right behind us at the youth ballpark. What's this all about, Breon?
Well, tomorrow's a big day for us. Our first camp is underway June 3rd through the 7th. It's going to be our younger kids, ages 4 to 6, but we have camps going on throughout the year. But next week is going to be a good week for us.
Okay, for people who want to get involved in the camps, what do they need to do?
Well, two things. One, they can always go to texasrangers.com/camps or give us a call at 817-273-5255.
There we go. Great camps coming your way. All right, appreciate it, Breon. Buzz?
All right, Noxie, thank you. Now the 5th inning starts with Yu Darvish facing Chris Getz, number 9 man, and Darvish firing strike 1. And joining us, co-host of Rangers Live, Mark McLemore. Mac, thanks again for coming up.
You got it.
Not a whole lot of offense by either ball club so far today, huh?
Not a lot. Another pitcher's duel, huh? And it's kind of amazing. Darvish, isn't as sharp as he normally is.
Right.
But really hasn't given up anything.
Foul tip. He's ahead 0-2. Yeah, it's funny. It's one of those days where every other inning is pretty good, or every other inning is pretty bad, whichever way you want to look at it.
Not bad. They haven't been bad enough. He hadn't run anything across the board yet, but definitely not what he's used to. And you can see some of the frustration that he's having right now.
Tom and I were just talking about that. That's one of the things that you don't see Yu Darvish give you any indication very often that he's not pleased with himself. But his body language today is, I'm not sure that I've ever seen him have this kind of body language where he's pawing at the dirt, kind of walking around, stomping around, if you will. He's not real pleased.
No, I haven't seen that either. It's just so different. I mean, normally the emotion that we do see is when he's pumped up, he's made a big pitch, to strike out a guy or get a double play. The happier emotion, but definitely not the negative emotion that we've seen today.
Well, maybe he can get it together here and finish out. Pitch total isn't real terrible. It's higher than he'd like it. The chopper foul off by Getz, and count remains 0 balls, 2 strikes. A little defensive help. How about those Ranger arms in the outfield?
It's incredible. I was looking up the outfield assist, and Rangers aren't anywhere near the top in team assist or individual.
Yeah.
But I think that's due to the fact that everybody knows they can all throw.
Yeah, you don't see him running on it too much.
No.
Little number down to first. Moreland will field it and step on the bag for out number 1 as Getz is retired.
Yeah, all you can do is go by what your eyes tell you, and that's that every one of them can throw. Every one of them is accurate.
There you go.
And if they don't have a lot of assists, it just adds up to they're not running on them as much as they are other teams. That's the only thing you can look into I guess.
That's exactly it. Everybody knows Nelly can throw, and Leonis Martin is showing that he can throw, and so is Craig Gentry.
Yep.
How big a factor is it for outfielders in throwing people out or holding people from running? Their speed getting to the ball to cut it off.
Oh, I think that's big. The faster they are, obviously, the quicker you're going to get to a ball, and that's going to make that third base coach think twice about it. And if you've got a strong arm and an accurate arm, and you can get to the ball quickly, that's really going to, that goes into all the decision making that third base coach has to do.
Alex Gordon, a strikeout and a pop out this afternoon. And he takes low. He's ahead in the count now. 2 balls, no strikes.
And Mickey Rivers used to play for a number of teams, but he used to play for the Rangers, and he didn't have a strong arm. But any ground ball hit his way in center field, he charged it so quickly, got to it so quickly, he didn't have to have a strong arm to make a throw by where he was when he got the ball. And so as a consequence, they didn't run on him very much.
And Gordon goes after a high fastball and tomahawks it for a base hit into right field. He snaps an 0 for 14 streak. So Gordon aboard with 1 out for Alcides Escobar. Well, folks, the all-you-can-eat seats are available in the upper home run porch for every game, and they include unlimited grilled chicken sandwiches, hot dogs, nachos, peanuts, popcorn, and soft drinks, all for 1 low price. The all-you-can-eat menu is served in the air-conditioned upper home run porch grill. Get your tickets today at TexasRangers.com, or you can call 972-RANGERS. Now 1 on, 1 out. Alcides Escobar has popped out and grounded out. The hit by Gordon, just the 3rd of the afternoon, given up by Darvish. He's on the move. The hit and run is on. But this is going to be grounded to Elvis, a high throw, but Moreland able to come back down on the bag. Well, Ned Yost trying to get something going. Had Gordon off with the pitch, but Elvis wasn't leaving his territory.
The second baseman covered, and Mitch raises as high as he possibly can and still keeps his foot on the base. He had his back of his heel up in the air on that one. And if he'd gone up in the air, Alcides might have been able to get there before he came back down. It's close play.
The Royals again with a runner in scoring position. 2 outs. Eric Hosmer has grounded to short and lined to third.
Mac, what determines who covers the bag? I know you guys look at each other before every pitch. Well, what goes into that, and who tells who?
Usually it's the shortstop that tells the second baseman who's going to cover, and what determines it is, number one, who's hitting, and then the situation of the game. Typically with a left-hand hitter up, the second baseman's going to stay home, the shortstop's going to cover. So that's the offside fielder that's going to cover the bag. But in a situation like this, a 1-0 ball game, you don't have very many runners on base. You've got Alex Gordon up. You've got Escobar, a guy that can handle the bat. You might look for a hit and run, so then you switch coverage, meaning with a right-handed hitter, Elvis would cover the bag and the second baseman would stay home, because on a hit and run, you try to hit the ball on the ground the other way. So a lot goes into it, but typically it's that shortstop that calls that play, and you just go from there. So you really have to stay involved, know who handles the bat, know who's on base, and know the team that you're playing, the manager. If it's an aggressive type of manager that has the personnel to do hit and runs, you got to be aware.
And I would think who the pitcher is too. Throwing for you would have a bearing on that. As if a guy always throws inside or throws effectively inside, right, it might change coverage a little bit.
Right, and the pitch.
Right.
So a lot of different things go into it.
1-2 the count. Darvish back to the plate. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. And the big strikeout for Darvish. That is his 5th of the afternoon. The Royals get a base hit, but strand a runner. They have now left 6 aboard. Halfway through the ball game, Rangers 1, Royals nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. $12 ticket deal to take your family to a Rangers game at home. And the next game in this special offer is June 10th. The Cleveland Indians are in town. Log on to TexasRangers.com, enter Fox Sports as your coupon code. Don't miss out on this great offer from Fox Sports Southwest and the Texas Rangers. Giovanni Soto leading things off for the Rangers here in the 5th inning. And the count is even after that foul ball at 1 ball and 1 strike. It'll be Soto, Gentry, and Profar, the bottom third of the Ranger order. Giovanni, a strikeout his first time up there. Rangers a run on 1 hit. Royals no runs on 3 hits. 2 balls and a strike. Elvis Andrus and Alexi Ogando along with Adrian Beltre. Enjoying their time on the bench this afternoon. No telling what they're
Adrian
talking
doesn't
about.
get much time on the bench like that.
Not to just relax and have a handful of sunflower seeds from time to time.
Rangers are very hopeful that Adrian would be able to play on Tuesday or Wednesday after an off day tomorrow. Tweaked his hamstring in yesterday's ball game, had to come out late, stayed in for most of the game with it. Not playing today, off day tomorrow. Hopefully he'll be fine sometime in Boston.
3-2 the count to Soto. Santana to the wind. The payoff pitch is low, ball 4, and Giovanni aboard. And before Greg Gentry takes it to the home plate, take a Mazda game break. Here's John Radigan. John. All right, John, thank you. Astros with their mastery over the Angels. There goes Soto, and the pitch is fouled away by Gentry. It looked like there was a hit and run going for Craig, and he had a pitch that all he could do was foul away.
Yeah, Buzz, you're talking about and Mac, the pitch type may be determining who covers on both the hit and runs. The one for the Rangers and the one for Kansas City was an off-speed pitch, and the right-hand hitter and the shortstop stayed there, and the second baseman covered. That's probably why, right? Off-speed pitch, you might pull it.
Exactly why. That an off-speed pitch, you're more likely to pull it than hit it the other way, unless that hitter's trying to hit it away and it's away from him.
Yeah.
If it's an off-speed pitch that ends up inside, more than likely he's going to pull it. And the other thing is
you wait to see
right.
the sign called before you say who's covering.
Yeah, you wait to see the sign, and then depending on the batter, there were some hitters that could handle the bat and they could still take that off-speed pitch the other way.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard some guys that handle the bat very well say an inside fastball when it was up was easier for them to hit the other way than any other pitch because it made them stay inside the ball longer. I don't.
It was easier for me because I was an inside-out hitter. So
okay.
that was, I loved anything inside, especially trying to go the other way. So.
And you would think, at least from my standpoint as a pitcher, that's where you'd want to throw a guy on a hit and run inside of that fastball and get it up a little bit.
Right.
Again, the run and the pitch out this time. Throw to second, and Giovanni is out from here to Grand Prairie. And Greg Gentry talking with the home plate umpire Bill Miller about what exactly happened on the pitch. I think Giovanni knew about halfway down there this was not a good situation.
Halfway?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a little bit sooner than that.
Whenever he looked down there.
Yeah, that's a helpless feeling when it's a hit and run and you're running and you're just out in the middle of nowhere and the hitter doesn't hit it.
And a called strike makes it 2-2. Gentry a strikeout his first time to the plate. Santana with the 2-2 delivery. And a little pop-up shallow left field. Coming on, Alex Gordon gets there, makes the catch as he calls off Escobar. That is out number 2, and we'll bring up Jurickson Profar. Profar, a fly ball to left field as he led off the Rangers' third inning. Jurickson, the switch hitter, up there from the left side against the righty Santana. Hits the first one hard into right field, a base hit. No Profar, a 2-out single. The second base hit for the Rangers this afternoon. Profar with good speed at first now, and Elvis Andrus at the plate. You would think that Profar would try to get a jump and maybe get himself into scoring position with a stolen base for Elvis. A rip and a miss. Elvis not waiting around to see if Profar took off. Elvis has scored the only run of the game, and back in the first, he reached on the throwing error by Alcides Escobar. He advanced to third on a fly ball by David Murphy and scored on an infield ground out by Lance Berkman. 1 ball and 1 strike as the breaking ball is a bit wide.
Now, this is a great situation for Profar to get into scoring position. If he gets thrown out, you've got the leadoff hitter starting off the next inning.
Right.
And a toss to first. Looked like Profar might have been leaning a little bit.
I think so. I think he heard us. They're listed. They've got microphones in their helmets.
You think? That'd be interesting. Well, we could mess up a good young player like Bo doing that. Profar staying put, a pitch out and no action going. No, 2-1 the count to Elvis. Gary Pettis flashing the signs out. Relayed to Profar at first and to Elvis at home plate. There goes Profar. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second, not in time. Oh, he got it. Said he got him on the heel, but it looked like his hands were already there. Well, the caught stealing, and Ron Washington going out to have a chat with C.B. Buckner at second base. Oh, an interesting call at second base. You get a close look at it. Yeah, that was a lot closer than I thought. 5 in the books, Rangers by 1. That is really a bang-bang play. And I apologize to C.B. Buckner for being so positive that he was safe. My naked eye was not very good at looking at that thing.
Well, those kind of plays and those kind of replays usually verify how good the umpires are.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he was out or safe. It could have gone either way, but you can't argue one way or the other that that was a mistake. That's for sure. It looked like a tie. Had to go one way or the other.
Well, here's Butler for the 3rd time today, leading off an inning. He lines one to center field. That sends Gentry back. At the warning track, he makes the catch. And finally, Yu Darvish able to keep Billy Butler off the bag. Line drive to center starts things off. 1 away for Mike Moustakas. There's a reverse angle of it from center field.
It just looks, as the ball's coming into the glove and the glove catches the ball, It just looks like he's so far ahead of the play that he has to be safe. But the glove is only a foot away from the tag on the leg.
Yeah.
And he gets it there so quickly, he closed the gap.
He did. He did. Good breaking ball that cuts the strike zone in half. It's 0-1 to Moustakas. Moustakas a single and a hit by pitch, so he's 1 for 1 officially today. Remember, Moustakas, one of the guys that has really been struggling offensively, and they got things turned around a little bit. He broke an 0 for 9 streak with that first pitch, or first time single. There's that slow breaking ball, the near eephus pitch from Yu Darvish that didn't quite come back into the zone. A ball and a strike. And it's skied to shallow center field, way up there, so plenty of time for Gentry to come on, and Craig makes the catch. That is out number 2. Well, folks, play Lotto Texas with Extra for your chance to win Texas-sized jackpots. It's Texas' original jackpot game, and it's available at your favorite lottery retailer. Well, 2 outs here in the 6th. Now Lorenzo Cain will step to the plate. Cain 1 for 2, had a single in the 2nd inning, struck out his last time. And takes strike 1 on the inside corner. Looked like the cut fastball that Cain thought was going to be inside, and it came back to the inside corner. Darvish with the 0-1 pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. Darvish about ready to throw his 90th pitch of the afternoon. Popped up, foul territory, a play for Mitch Moreland. Makes the grab, and that'll do it. So 3 outs in the air. Not 8 pitches for Yu Darvish. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Rangers 1, Royals nothing. Fox Sports Southwest. Is worth $1,900 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. Today, the Rangers are hitting for Ronnie Minter of Midlothian. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam during this inning, Ronnie Minter of Midlothian will win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. Well, Elvis will start things off. He was left standing at home plate when Jurickson Profar was caught trying to swipe second in the 5th inning, and he looks at strike 1. Elvis 0 for 2 today. That batting average dipping down to below 260. And he takes low. 1-1 the count from Santana. 258 now the average for the Rangers shortstop. Shows bunt and takes the pitch just outside. It's 2-1.
Well, if it was a good pitch to bunt, he definitely had a great shot at beating out a bunt. Third baseman's well in back of the bag.
And Moustakas had started in, then backed up just as the pitch was being made. That was a good breaking ball from Santana. That evens the count now at 2-2. Next pitch. Ground ball to short. Escobar triggers a high throw, but Hosmer able to handle that one, and that is out number 1. Well, the Rangers, as we mentioned, scored a run without a hit in the first inning. Elvis leading things off, had the ground ball to short. That Escobar just threw into the dirt short of first base, bounced into the stand, so Elvis went to second. And Berkman, with Elvis at third and 1 out, hit a little tapper that scored Elvis. He got a good jump from third base, and folks, that has been it. That is the only run thus far in the ballgame. And a ground ball off the bat of Murphy out to second. Very quickly, there are 2 outs here in the Rangers' 6th inning.
It's unusual to see back-to-back games like this. Yesterday it was 1-1 through 9 innings. The only run that the Royals scored on a pass ball. And today it's 1-0 well into the game. The only run is scored for the Rangers because of an error. So not much offense. Nice pitching in these 2 day games out at the ballpark. 2 weekend games. Don't generally see these type of games back-to-back.
There's Lance Berkman, and he checks his swing, but went around anyway. Interesting alignment for Kansas City. They have shifted the infield all the way around to the right, but Moustakas, the third baseman, apparently saw the videos of Berkman trying to bunt a couple of times, so he was playing his normal spot. Copper to first, on to Santana covering, and very quickly the Rangers gone on 3 groundouts. We're moving to the 7th inning. It's the Rangers 1, the Royals nothing on Fox Sports Southwest. Rangers leading 1-0. Yu Darvish, 6 innings of work, just 3 hits. He has shut out the Royals. 5 strikeouts with 2 walks. Urban Santana, just 2 hits, and the unearned run back in the first inning, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. So a total of 5 hits, a total of 1 run. And as Tom was telling you, back-to-back days where it's been very, very unusual in this ballpark to see this little offense. Jeff Francoeur leading off in the Royals' 7th, and the first pitch to him is on the inside corner for strike 1. Francoeur looking back to Bill Miller as if to say, you got to be kidding me.
If you take the first 9 innings yesterday and 6 innings today, that's 15 innings and only 1 earned run for both teams in 15 innings.
Francoeur twice his flight out to Gentry in center. That fisted on that fastball and fights it off back to the screen. It is no balls and 2 strikes. Yu Darvish, who until the last 2 starts had really gotten a lot of run support. I mean, he'd been about up over 9 runs per game in support in the last couple of times out. That has fallen off, and so he is second in the league in most run support, over 7 runs per game. But he is again battling with just a very small lead. Yeah, the fewest runs of support going to his opponent today. That's Urban Santana, 2.8. And Yu Darvish just under 8 runs of support at 787.
2 starts ago, you lost a game 1-0, though.
Swing and a miss, and that is strikeout number 6 for Darvish. 1 away here in the 7th inning. The last couple of innings now, Darvish has found that swing and miss slider that he has had inconsistently, or had inconsistently.
We were talking earlier in the game that it looked like a little bit of a struggle for you early, but that generally he finds a way to figure it out. And right now, with 2 outs in the 7th inning, looks like that's exactly what has happened.
Well, Andrews backpedaling his way into shallow center field, puts it away. That is out number 2. Now, folks, for the first time ever, Dr. Pepper is bringing you great savings all the way into the month of June. Enter Dr. Pepper as the coupon code at TexasRangers.com, or you can bring any Dr. Pepper can to Rangers Ballpark in Arlington for $5 off select tickets for non-premier games all this month. Two outs, bases empty. Chris Getz, the second baseman, stepped to home plate. Getz is flied to center and grounded to first. And a big breaking ball, and it's in for strike 1. Getz at .212 now for the season. 2 out of 5 in this series. Getz did not play yesterday, but he started the first game here on Friday night. Darvish with the 0-1 pitch. That slow breaking ball that this was a little bit low. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Darvish back to the plate. Check swing, and he went around. He appealed down to Todd Tishner at third. Said, yep, he did. It's 1-2. Didn't want to, but
intent is not an issue, Buzz.
Not an issue.
No,
shouldn't be.
It just matters what you did, not what you wanted to do.
Off the end of the bat down to Baker. He unloads in a hurry right on the target. 3 up, 3 down, 8 straight now sent down by Darvish. Stretch time at Rangers Ballpark, 1-0 Texas. And now please join Chuck Morgan asks the crowd to honor America with the singing of God Bless America.
Take me out to the ball game.
Back at Rangers Ballpark, bottom of the 7th inning. It's 1 ball and 1 strike now to Nelly Cruz leading things off. Santana to the wind. And the pitch to Cruz, line to right field.
I guess it was.
Well, he scorches that for a leadoff single. His second hit of the afternoon against Santana.
Now, we talked about Santana earlier. He had given up 7 home runs in his last 2 starts. 7 home runs in 15 innings. He really hasn't come close to giving up a home run today. It looks like he's throwing a lot of two-seam fastballs, making the ball sink. He's had really good command with his slider. And he's been pretty much in command of this ball game. Only 3 hits, 2 of them by Nelly.
JC Gutierrez, big right-hander up there throwing in the Kansas City bullpen now in support of Urban Santana. And here's Mitch Moreland. First pitch is low for ball 1. Moreland 0 for 1. He had a walk his first time at bat. That was back in the 2nd. In the 4th inning, he struck out against Santana. Santana has walked 2 this afternoon. He has struck out 4. And a little number foul, and Mitch got a piece of his front foot. It's 1-1. The hits are even at 3 now after Cruz's leadoff base hit. Rangers have the only run. I'm sure they would like to add on to it here in the 7th inning. Santana, long look at Cruz and misses outside. 2-1 to Moreland. Mitch checking with Gary Pettis down at 3rd. See if there might be something in the works. George Guitaris checking with his bench to see what Ned Yost might have in mind. The 2-1. Double play ground ball to Getz. Back to first. They got him. 4-6-3, and the leadoff single by Cruz erased. 2 gone for Jeff Baker. It's time now for a Mazda game break. Here's John Radigan. All right, John, thank you. Now here it's 1-0 Texas. Base is empty now, and Jeff Baker, who has twice grounded out this afternoon, will step in against Santana. Baker hitting at .339 as he takes a strike on the inside corner.
The Astros trying to win 5 straight, trying to sweep the Angels in Anaheim. It'd be quite a game if they could win that.
Left-hander Neil Kotz as Baker shoots one down the right field line, but that slices back into the crowd, and the count moves to 0-2. Saw that shot of Kotz warming up in the Ranger bullpen. Santana's 0-2 pitch. Missed with the breaking ball. 1-2 now. Got him swinging. Well, he's had a good breaking ball today. Santana records strikeout number 5, sends the Rangers out. A hit, but nobody left. The double play took care of that. We're going to the 8th inning. It remains the Rangers 1, the Royals 0 on Fox Sports Southwest. Northwest is brought to you by the all-new Mazda 6. When you change everything, you change everything. Now, capacity crowd on hand here this afternoon, the 6th sellout of 2013, 47,567. Watching a very tight and tense baseball game as we head to the 8th inning. And Neil Kotz now has come out of the Ranger bullpen to take over for Yu Darvish.
Well, excellent game for you. You mentioned earlier he had to battle early. He did. He battled through it and he finished strong. Retired the last 8 batters he faced. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, only 3 hits. And now he's going to turn over a 1-0 lead to the bullpen, starting with Neil Kotz, who's been pretty much right on line with what he did in AAA through 6 appearances here in the big leagues. Just doesn't give up much.
Well, Kotz will face the top 3 in the order to begin things. Alex Gordon, a left-handed hitter. Alcides Escobar, a right-hander, and Eric Hosmer, a left-hander. And he fires strike 1. Kotz gets ahead of Alex Gordon. Kotz last worked 2/3 of an inning in yesterday's ball game. Gave up just 1 hit, had a walk and a strikeout. And he's ahead of the count, 0-2 to Gordon.
There's that combination, ball down and away, up and in, ahead in the count. Now, as we say, he's got a number of ways he can go right here with his fastball and slider.
Check swing, tried to come back up and in again, and Gordon wouldn't offer at it. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Tanner Shepard's the Ranger right-hander, getting loose in the pen. Rangers, don't forget, have an off day tomorrow, so I think all hands on deck for this one. Breaking ball just outside, evens the count at 2-2. Ned Yosto has set up his lineup, so for the first 6 hitters anyway, it's alternating left-handed, right-handed. And the pitch is low. The count has gone full. So Gordon playing off a couple of tough pitches for Kotz. Has run the count full. He's trying to get aboard to start off the 8th inning. Alcides Escobar, the shortstop, will be next. Kotz, a long look into Soto, and now the left-hander is ready. Payoff pitch on the way. Broken bat looper, that's going to be in for a base hit and probably extra bases. Cruz is playing very deep, so it takes him a while to get over there, and cruising into second base with a broken bat leadoff double is Alex Gordon.
The slider catches the middle of the plate, but it still has Gordon way out in front of it. Broke his bat, but hit it right down the line. Broken bat double. Nobody out. I think Escobar is going to strongly consider bunting right here. Rangers are going to play it that way anyway. Mitch is way in at first.
You can see the third baseman.
You're going to try to bunt it to third.
Jeff Baker playing just in back of the cut of the grass. Escobar 0 for 3 today with pop out and a couple of ground outs. He's around a bunt, bunts it down to third. Baker fields. Only play is to first with Profar covering. The sacrifice moves Gordon to third. He's there with 1 out, and Eric Hosmer coming up. So the sacrifice goes 5-4 put out. Twitter poll results. You remembered we asked you which of the parks the Rangers will see in June would you most like to visit, and 71% of you said Fenway Park in Boston, where the Rangers will be on Tuesday night. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So the Ranger infield now in this 1-0 game pulled all the way in. Eric Hosmer 0 for 3. Hosmer had a base hit against Kotz in yesterday's ball game. He takes an inside fastball for strike 1.
Hosmer's been swinging it pretty well. He's 18 for 54, 333, 3 hits yesterday.
Chopper to third. Baker's coming to the plate. The throw is wide. In safely is Gordon. Safe at first base is Hosmer. It's a tie ball game. 1-1 as Gordon slides under Giovanni Soto. So a fielder's choice grounder puts Hosmer aboard and ties the ball game up.
The tough angle for Baker at third base. The runner is going to be right between him and the catcher. Not a lot of area to get the ball there. Instead of throwing it down and maybe slightly on the first base side, his throw sails and goes into the runner, which gave very little chance to Soto to make that play. Needed to throw that ball down and on the other side of home plate. Soto would have had time to make it.
Well, with a run across, Neil Kotz now removed in favor of the right-hander Tanner Shepard. And Shepard's coming on in. We will take a timeout. Be back right after this on Fox Sports Southwest.
Numbers for Tanner, exceptional numbers. Pretty much thrown the ball very well every time out.
Butler 0 for 1 today. And Shepard will go to work on Eric Hosmer, the runner at first. Hosmer on via the fielder's choice that allowed the tying run to score. He got an RBI. Hosmer now with 17 runs driven in. Rangers trying to induce a double play grounder from Butler, and the first pitch is high and inside for ball one. Butler a couple of walks today. The out he made was a line drive to center, and that was back in the 6th inning. Shepard's worked an inning in yesterday's ball game. Allowed a walk and a strikeout.
Right back where we were yesterday at this time, a 1-1 ball game.
There goes Hosmer. The pitch is outside the throw. They got him. Even though it was a breaking ball, Giovanni Soto put it right on the money, and Hosmer shot down.
They got rid of it quickly and makes a great throw. Anytime you drop it on the bag like that, you got a shot at him as long as the pitcher gives you any kind of a chance at all. Tag right on the arm. Great look at an out at second base.
And you saw Shepard not go with the big leg kick. He was kind of a modified slide step. Got the ball to home plate in a hurry. He gave Soto every opportunity to get the caught stealing. But he's fallen behind now to Butler. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Shepard's with a 3-0 pitch. And pours that through right there at 95 miles an hour. It's 3-1. If Butler is able to prolong the inning, Mike Moustakas, the left-handed hitting third baseman, would be next. High and tight, ball 4, third walk of the day, garnered by Billy Butler. The 2-out pass puts Butler aboard. Moustakas coming up. And let's go to Jim Knox for our fan of the game.
All right, Buzz, time for the progressive fan of the game. It has to be Cheney and Kinsley. They've been decked out all game long, been chanting for the Rangers, cheering them on. And Kinsley, your favorite player is?
And Kinsler.
Of course, you guys got to cheer for us. Let's hear it.
Let's go Rangers! Let's go Rangers!
Very good. Here's the progressive bag. Congratulations, girl. Looking good in the homemade outfits, too. Right, Buzz, huh?
Ball off the end of the bat from Moustakas, but it's under the glove of Jeff Baker. And the Royals now with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Lorenzo Cain coming up. Well, that was a little squibber right off the end of Moustakas' bat. Baker just not able to come up with it.
It looked like Jeff got his glove to the ball. The ball went underneath his glove. The other side of his glove, actually. A tough inning for the Rangers. Broken bat double, little chopper to third. And now a little squibber off the end of the bat.
And that's going to be scored a base hit. Well, the second hit of the inning. And Lorenzo Cain at the plate is 1 for 3. It's a big breaking ball from Sheppers that bends Cain back a little bit and finds the inside corner. It's 0-1. Adrian Beltre getting pretty antsy, I would think, sitting over there on the Ranger bench. He would love to be out there playing, but not going to happen today. Oh, 0-2 now, the count. Sheppers has the advantage on Cain. Royals have 2 runners aboard. Butler at second, Moustakas at first. Fastball inside. And Cain. Had it been someone throwing not quite as hard as Tanner Sheppers might have thought about taking that off the front elbow. Billy Butler drew a 2-out walk. He was pushed to second by Moustakas, roller through the infield. The 1-2 pitch. On a play to the right. Sheppers pairing him for the sign, gets the one he wants. And that breaking ball hangs high. 2-2 now to Cain. Sheppers ready once again. Ground ball to the right side. Profar on to Moreland, and that will do it. But the Royals come up with a run on 2 hits. They strand 2. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Rangers 1, Royals 1. Fox Sports Southwest. Treat your dad to the game on Sunday, June 16th against the Toronto Blue Jays. The first 25,000 fans 14 and older will receive a special Rangers cap courtesy of Fox Sports Southwest. Tickets are available at texasrangers.com or by calling 972-RANGERS. Well, a 1-1 game. Shades of deja vu all over again. About the same spot we were in yesterday at this time, and J.C. Gutierrez has come out of the Kansas City bullpen to take over.
Yeah, Gutierrez has been having a solid part of the season anyway. He's been in 12 games, good ERA. He was trying to break through with a run here. Couldn't get that run yesterday. Had some opportunities late. Had some men on base. Couldn't get that one key hit.
Gutierrez, the 29-year-old right-hander, I should say. He'll be 30 in the middle of next month. He's out of Puerto de la Cruz in Venezuela. Big guy at 6'3" and listed at 255 pounds. A.J. Pierzynski has come off the Ranger bench as a pinch hitter for Giovanni Soto, and he takes a big breaking ball for strike one from Gutierrez. A.J. at 288, 4 home runs, 15 driven in. Rip and a miss at a tailing fastball. It's 0-2.
Well, what's new? A right-hand pitcher in the Royals bullpen who throws 95 miles an hour. Fourth one we've seen in this series.
Yeah, they've got all shapes and sizes out there, but the end result's the same. They just throw great stuff. And Pierzynski sees 3, swings at 2 of them, and goes back to the dugout. Out number 1. Well, our freaky fast delivery of the game from Jimmy Johns. Back in the second inning, Craig Gentry with Billy Butler at third on a fly ball fires a strike. Freaky fast out at home plate, a double play that prevented the Royals from scoring. And that is our Jimmy Johns special of the afternoon. Leonis Martin now will come in and hit for Craig Gentry. Well, first Pierzynski and now Martin coming off the bench. First pitch to him, a big breaking ball, and that is in for strike one. Leonis hitting 286, couple of home runs, and 9 RBI. He has been one of the most effective Ranger pinch hitters this year. Loops one. Oh, caught by Escobar way up in the air. Very athletic play by the Royals shortstop. Taking a base hit away from Leonis Martin. Perfectly timed and a great play by Escobar. That keeps the bases empty. There now 2 away for Jurickson Profar. Profar 1 for 2. It's 3 straight hitters now that Gutierrez has dropped the breaking ball in on.
Pretty good idea too. It's a good curveball. Get ahead with it.
Profar a fly ball to left in the 3rd inning. Singled and was caught stealing in the 5th. Chops the next pitch foul, and it runs the count to 0-2. Profar taking a little time getting back in the batter's box. Gutierrez standing right on top of the pitching rubber. Good breaking ball, and Profar able to lean on it. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Gutierrez originally in the Astros organization. Drafted him, or they signed him, I should say, as a non-drafted free agent back in 2000. Profar loops one down the left field line. Toward the line is Gordon, but that ball's going to slice and go about 8 or 9 feet foul. One hop into the seats. And it remains a ball and 2 strikes. Gutierrez but came up with Houston in 2007 for 7 games. Then went over to the Diamondbacks for 3 years, and now with the Royals.
He's one of those many guys that signs as a minor league free agent with an invite to spring training and hopes to get a chance to make the ball club. And every year each team might have one of those. Not a lot of them, but every now and then there's one.
Profar, a fly ball to right field. Going back is Francoeur. Back at the wall. Goodbye! Jurickson Profar, a towering home run into the lower home run porch. The Rangers lead it 2-1.
He's pumped up. That's about as fast as we've seen someone circle the bases on a home run this year. Now, yesterday he came up either first and second or the bases loaded late in the ball game. Had a shot, wasn't able to do it, but today he does it all by himself. Nobody on base. You couldn't tell off the bat whether it had enough, but it carried well and went a couple of rows back. Give the Rangers a 2-1 lead. Big hit for the kid.
Yeah, Elvis, a line drive to center. That's going to fall in front of Kane for a base hit. So Elvis comes through with his first hit. He is aboard with 2 outs.
Well, one thing he was able to do in that bat was with 2 strikes, he laid off the curveball. He didn't fish for the curveball out of the strike zone, which gave him another chance, and then he got a fastball belt high and hit it right straight out of the ballpark.
Well, Profar's second home run of the year puts the Rangers up, and after the Andrews single, Ned Yost is calling for the bullpen. He wants the left-hander to come in and face David Murphy. So the Rangers on top 2-1 now after Profar's homer. Back after this on Fox Sports Southwest. And Profar back to the bench after that go-ahead home run and getting a little counseling from Adrian Beltre. You got to take the edge off just a little bit. That's the experience. Adrian didn't want him to think that was too big a deal. Hey, look, here's how it goes. Now you just hit a home run, you come down here and quit smiling so much. Good thing those guys don't have any fun on the bench.
Tim Collins pitched in yesterday's ball game. Late in the ball game, David Murphy just missed hitting a home run against him too. He hit it sky high to the warning track down the right field line. Pitch up and in.
And he starts him off with a breaking ball this time that slips off the outside corner for ball 1. Murph 0 for 3 today. A couple of ground outs and a fly ball to center. Andrus, the runner at first. Rangers have taken a 2-1 lead. There goes Elvis. The pitch is high. The throw is high. And into center field. Elvis up on his way to third. And he will make it after a turn. Well, Andrus with the stolen base. Now just 90 feet away. The stolen base and the error put him at third base.
That might have been better for the catcher to hang on to this one. Elvis has a pretty good jump. Big leg kick by Collins gave Elvis 2 or 3 steps before Kataris ever had a shot to catch the ball and throw it.
Elvis with his 14th stolen base of the year. Now in a position where a little infield dribbler or wild pitch, pass ball, a lot of things can happen when you're at third base. You get you across home plate. 2-0, the count to Murphy. How about a base hit to center? Murphy drives one home. Elvis scores. 3-1 Rangers.
David had a good at bat, as we mentioned, against Tim yesterday. Just got underneath it. That one, he didn't get underneath. He hit that squarely right back through the middle. Big stolen base by Elvis. A little bit of an insurance run. Good job by David. First base hit for David today.
So now Murphy at first. Rangers have a 2-run advantage. Here's Lance Berkman. And he takes the breaking ball that stays outside for ball 1. Profar still getting some visitations from Elvis and from Adrian Beltre and company. A rip and a miss by Lance. 1 ball, 1 strike. Berkman drove in his 29th run of the year with an infield out in the first inning. 0 for 3 officially today. Murphy the runner at first after Murph drove in his 25th run of the season. The Rangers now 3 runs on 6 hits. Kansas City 1 run on 5 hits. They have committed a pair of errors. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Collins able to drop in that hook.
On a day when it's been tough hitting for the Rangers, Profar's had 3 good at bats. He ripped a single, he hit a home run, and hit another ball fairly well. Fly ball to left field. He was certainly holding his own today.
Elvis is showing him where Elvis hit one. See, that's where I hit it up there. Now you, in maybe a couple more years, you might be able to hit it up there.
Elvis is talking about someone else if he's pointing to the upper deck in right
You're
field.
Right. You're right. Chopper out towards short. Escobar will underhand and gets covering, and that'll do it for the Rangers. But 2 huge runs. Jurickson Profar with his 2nd home run of the year, and David Murphy with the RBI. We'll go to the 9th inning. It's 3-1 Texas and Joe Nathan time. for more on what's coming up after the show, John.
Yeah, it's Rangers Live presented by Esurance Buzz, and we plan to make it every bit as exciting and dramatic as the game has been. What a great game. We'll bring you lots of post-game reaction. Emily Jones works the clubhouse. We'll hear from Ron Washington. Mark McLemore will be here for perspective and analysis. Rangers Live presented by Esurance immediately following the game, guys.
All right, John, thank you. Now Joe Nathan on to take over a save situation now, and Joe blew his first save. He's 16 out of 17. That blown save came up in Seattle. Last save opportunity he had. Working now with A.J. Brzezinski, who stays in the ball game. And the first pitch to Jeff Francoeur is in for strike one. Leori Garcia has come off the bench to take over at third base for Jeff Baker. And Leonis Martin now patrolling center field for the Rangers. Francoeur fouls one back, and Nathan with an 0-2 advantage in the count. Bottom third of the Kansas City order here in the top of the ninth inning. Francoeur, Kataris, and Getz. Francoeur, as you see, 0 for 3 today. Nathan to the wind, the 0-2. 94-mile-an-hour fastball up and away. 1-2 now to Frenchie. Back to the plate comes the right-hander. Got him swinging.
Good fastball. Threw it right by him. 93 miles an hour.
And down. And Francoeur, pretty good low ball hitter, couldn't catch up with it. That is out number one. Well, nothing fancy there.
Nope. Here it is.
Well, Nathan with his 23rd strikeout in 22 2/3 innings. One away, George Kataris, who is 0 for 3. He's facing Nathan, and he takes strike one. Nathan now in his last 3 outings since that blown save has not had a save opportunity, but he has been very, very effective. At 4 strikeouts now in 2 innings plus. Strike two. Nathan back to the plate. Call strike 3. Well, a pinpoint on the outside corner. Kataris walking back to the dugout.
Good fastballs from Joe. Well located, good velocity. Throwing 7 pitches, 6 of them for strikes.
Nathan says, "Can I help you, sir?" Kataris, no, just looking. Well, the fans now, all 47,567 on their feet as Nathan going to work, and he is filling the park up with strikes. Chris Getz 0 for 3 today. Couple of ground outs and a fly ball. Just off the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nathan drops in a curveball. 1-2. Everybody on their feet. Back in Joe Nathan and the Rangers. The 1-2 pitch. Little tapper foul. We'll try it again. Went over to take that ground ball and make a friend about 6 rows back. Chuck Morgan getting the "Let's Go Rangers" chant going. And the fans oblige. One and 2 as Nathan with a new baseball back up on top of the hill. Brzezinski flashing the signs. Nathan into the wind. The 1-2 popped up behind home plate. That will reach the seats about midway back in the lower seating bowl. And AT&T would like to remind you our next telecast will be with you at 6 o'clock on Tuesday night right here on Fox Sports Southwest from Fenway Park. Rangers open a 3-game series against the Red Sox. Again, the 1-2. And another foul ball.
He's fouled off some pitches that if most people swung at him, they would miss him. A couple of good breaking balls down that he's just been able to get a piece of.
So Getz making it tough on Nathan.
Generally, look at those pitches that he's fouled off, and you assume that if he swings at him, he's going to miss him, but he was able to get a piece of both of them.
Crowd again building in their applause. Nathan to the wind. Chopper to the right side. Moreland will cut it off. Overhand to Nathan covering. They got him. The Rangers win it as Nathan outrays Chris Getz to first. And it's a 1-2-3 ninth inning. A 17th save for Joe Nathan. And the Rangers win today and win the series against Kansas City. Rangers win this ball game 3-1 over the Royals. Some very well-pitched ball games the last couple of days here against Kansas City.
Very close play at first base. The Royals argue it. And is very close. Looked like they might have had an argument.
They have an argument. Wash clapping his hands, a hug for Jackie Moore, and the traditional fare for the Rangers after they wrap up a W. So the Rangers move to 35-21. Texas Rangers baseball on Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by Ford. Take the EcoBoost Challenge at your Texas Ford dealer. Ford is the best in Texas. And by AT&T Uber TV. Check availability at 1-800-PIC-ATT. Rethink possible. So the Rangers win it 3-2, and a big cog in this machine today is standing by with Emily Jones. Em?
Thank you very much, Jurix and Profar. Congratulations on the win. How did that home run feel coming off the bat?
Very, very good.
Yeah.
You know, we're just trying to get on base right there, trying to help the team, you know, and I get an even better thing, a home run.
I've never seen anyone round the bases so fast, I don't think. Talk about how fast you rounded those bases.
I always, when I hit a home run, I always run that fast, you know. I'm so happy.
Just talk about the opportunity that you're getting here in Arlington to play and making the most of it.
Yes, you know, I'm trying to do the best I can to help the team.
And then talk about the talk you had with Adrian Beltre there in the dugout after the home run.
Yes, he was trying to teach me some things on the pitchers and stuff, you know. That's Adrian Beltre, you know, always trying to, you know, teach us, the young guys, a lot of things, you know.
Jurix and Profar, congratulations on the game winner. We appreciate the time, guys. We'll send it back up to you.
All right, Emily, very elated Jurix and Profar and the whole Ranger dugout, as a matter of fact. Rangers win it today 3-1. They win 2 out of 3 from Kansas City in this series, and they will enjoy that off day tomorrow. We will wrap it up right after this when we come back to Rangers Ballpark. 3-1 the final, Rangers over the Royals.